G'day, Steve Morgan here on the 2022 Zerek BARRA Tour. We've just finished the Humminbird round, which is a 16-hour Barra marathon all-nighter. And guess what? Team T.B.C, the beasts at Faust, have won it. And guys, Ben, Peter, you've done it again. How many times have you won tournaments at this joint? Is it 4?
I think 4 now, yeah, at Faust.
4 ABTs?
Yep. No, 5 ABTs, 4 at Faust. And coming in this year, really wanted to win at Faust again because we won the last 2 years in a row.
Yep.
But it was a 2-nighter last year, but this year we got it done on the all-nighter.
It's all about catching the big fish. You've only got a 5-fish bag for all night. A lot of teams will bag out, but some will have some of those 70, 80, 90 centimetre fish in the bag. You don't want those in there, do you, Benny?
No, they're good for nothing. You try and target the bigger ones and just grind it out.
So it seems like that's what you do. You guys don't move around much. You pick your spot and you put the lure in the water and you keep it there for the big bites. So how many fish did you get during the session?
I think we got around 20, but yeah, we just sat her out and fish in a shallow flat and try and pick them up off the sonar as they come through.
Now, Humminbird event, I noticed you guys have got that Humminbird 360 on your boat. Decent tool for finding where the fish are, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We use Humminbird 360 at the back of the boat to target the fish at the back that are working into the weed, and then 2-prong approach, Ben's at the front using Garmin Live, picking up the fish that are travelling in.
Yep.
That seemed to work pretty well. So when the fish slowed down, moving in, we turn around, work the weed, find little corridors with the 360,
yep,
and keep the score sticking over with that.
Tell us about the conditions you were fishing. It was blowing a nasty southeaster this whole week at Faust. It seems like when ABT comes to town, it likes blowing a southeaster in this joint. Fair nasty part of the lake you were fishing, had a few waves coming through. Yeah,
we've had a lot of success down there in this kind of weather, so we were pretty keen when we saw the forecast and we wanted it to blow hard. Tied off to a tree, and yeah, we're pretty sure that we're going to either snap the tree, snap the rope, or pull the cleat out of the boat. Ben almost had a spill a couple of times, and yeah, there's no rest at all that night.
Yeah, hard night, and I heard you got a little bit of motion sickness, a bit seasick down in the back corner there, mate. You weren't feeling 100%?
No, it wasn't very desirable, and it was relentless. It was the whole 16-hour session,
Oh, no.
So yeah, it ended up coming all right.
Didn't have an empty out halfway through the session?
No, all good.
All
We're catching fish, so I was all right.
All right. Let's go through some of the outfit that you guys use. I know you use a variety of baits. Let's start with you, Benny. What you got in your hand there?
It's a 7-inch Zerek flat shad in the Fat Betty colour. It's just been retrofitted, one of Pete's jig heads and just a size 1 treble on the bottom. Pretty good up at Faust. Nice soft belly. It sort of collapses when you get a bite, and they hook up really well.
That Fat Betty colour is pretty popular with barra anglers north and south, mate. Is that your favourite colour in the shad?
Yeah, to be up there, that or the white one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Pete, what do you got here, mate? You're both using spin reels. Is that a thing for your boat? Do you like using the heavy spin tackle?
Yeah, I think a 4000 Stellar in the XG is probably the ultimate barra reel you can get. Just there's something about the retrieve and the speed of the reel, and that's an Edge Black Widow 708, so that's got plenty of power, and to me, I think that's the perfect barra spin setup. So.
And then you look at that 708 means 7 foot, and it's an 8 power rod, so it's a strong one.
Yeah, it's rated up to 3 ounces, so it's got plenty of power. Throwing a mix of little swim baits like a Moloch shad, yep, and these little Freddy Busters. So depending on the depth, but Freddy Busters seemed to work the best for where we were.
Now, I was pretty impressed with you knowing all those stats, but you'll just read them off the side of the rod there.
Yeah, it's convenient.
Let's show everyone that outfit there, and you've got some beefed up trebles, etc. on that. That's a nice light outfit in the hand.
Yeah, it's real nice and light. So on those long sessions, you can throw this all night. Running 40-pound Suffolks, 80-pound Sunline fluorocarbon, and a couple of times we were snagged and we couldn't physically break the line. Yeah. Like we had to go in and get them off. Like we're trying to bust them off, like as hard as we couldn't break it.
Can't break it. It's hard to do. And Benny, what's the theory when you hit one of those big fish in shallow water? Do you go easy on it or do you give it to it?
No, you got to go as hard as possible. He tries to go to the trees. You try and get him because you're all tied up and whatnot. Position the boat. You got to try and get him to the boat as quickly as possible, and you're yelling at your partner to get the net. Try and get him in. Yep. Get it all over and done with, so he doesn't jump you or chew you off.
How do you do that without swearing?
It's pretty hard to do, I think.
All right, mate. You guys, as I say, you're beasts at Faust here. You've won plenty of money over the years. Any sponsors that you want to thank that look after you?
Wilson's really helped us out with anything we want. So Cord and Boofy, they're absolute legends. They support us real well and support the tour. So without them, tour wouldn't be here. And
yep.
Yeah.
What about all the people you've watched on YouTube over the years to learn how to barra fish, mate? You want to give them a shout out?
Oh, they're all super gurus. They go there a week after the comp's been running one and light them up. So, yeah, thanks for that. It's really helpful.
Also, there we go. There's the team getting it done on Faust. The Zerek BARRA Tour kicking out the big bags.